Well, Miss Quad and Selena, our next guest, is an author with a compelling story, and she is here to talk about her latest book, How My Divorce Saved My Marriage.
Please welcome April Moncrief.
Yeah.
Hey, lady.
April.
Hi, guys.
So it's our understanding that you and your husband were high school sweethearts.
Yes, yes.
How long were you guys together? And tell us a little bit about that love story.
Well, we were together about 11 years before we got married.
Okay.
We met the summer of my sophomore year, and he had just graduated from high school. So he was on his way to college.
Right.
And we just kind of hung out. His mom and dad went through a divorce, and they moved to my neighborhood. That was it. I was hanging out with his sister, and we would go up there, and he would just kind of flirt with me when I would be up there. She did hair, so I'd always have an excuse for her to do my hair.
Right.
And he would just kind of flirt, and, one thing led to another. He was like, "I'm leaving. Can I write you?" And I was
Nice.
like,
Oh, right.
"Sure." We wrote then. It wasn't
Yes.
text and stuff. So I was like, "Yeah, you're my boyfriend now."
Okay. So how long after you guys became boyfriend and girlfriend did you become husband and wife?
11 years.
11 years,
Yeah.
it was. Okay, you
Yeah,
guys-
high school, college,
Okay.
and then we moved here to Atlanta. We had to sow our, royal oats. We broke up, got back together, broke up, and then we finally decided to get married. Yeah.
So what do you think led to the divorce initially?
Baggage.
Baggage.
Girl.
Undealt with baggage.
Yes, ma'am.
We brought a lot from our childhood and our young adult lives, and I'm the youngest of 15 children. My mom
my
has 15
goodness.
kids.
Okay. Wow.
So I'm the baby. So all my life I've been kind of vying for control and position in a situation, and he's the second oldest. So, and he grew up with his dad kind of running things. I grew up with my mom running things, so we already were kind of pitted against each other.
Yeah.
Then we were planners, so we planned every facet of our lives, and then we got pregnant. We planned the pregnancy, ovulated, let's do it, we did that. They said it's 2 babies.
Oh, wow.
Our relationship imploded because we were not expecting that.
foundation,
right.
The foundation wasn't solid.
It wasn't. It
Right,
wasn't.
right.
We had all those fractures that we hadn't dealt with, and then you bring on 2 babies, and
Right.
we're like, we got to work more.
It's
We
a
got
lot
to save
going
money.
on.
Yeah. So it was just oil and fire.
Yeah, so when did you know that the oil and fire was really there, and when did you decide to take action with the divorce?
I think we tried. I said, I don't want this, and I'm not signing. He said, then, I got frustrated. I said, I'm signing. He said, I don't want this. So we paid about $2,000 going back and forth doing this because we thought we wanted it and we didn't. And finally, we were just done. I said, I'm moving back to Alabama with the kids. I can't take this anymore. And I left. And he stood in the driveway of that house, and he helped me pack. My brothers and sisters came down and helped me. He said he stood in that driveway and he cried like a baby. He said, I have to get my family back. It's the last thing, that I do.
Right, right.
So what do you believe led you to writing this book? Because you are being very honest, and it's hard,
Yes.
I'm sure, for you. So what do you think really led you to this point?
Honestly, when we got back together, when I moved back to Atlanta, we just wanted to act like it didn't happen. We had so many people asking us, what in the world happened? Like, how did y'all get divorced, and what led y'all back to each other?
Right.
Most people don't, especially young people. It's a lot of pride. It's like, she did this, he did that. But people were asking us, so I went to my husband and said, can we talk about this in an informal setting? Can we write? He said, nope, not doing it. I don't want anybody in my business. And it took about 2 years for me to kind of keep, push it. And he said, okay, let's do it.
Good,
Let's do it.
Good. Okay, so take us through some tips
Okay.
that you have outlined in this book for people that may have been, going through the same things that you went through currently. Maybe this can help them stop the divorce.
Yes,
Or
yes.
maybe get divorced and get married again like you did.
Right. Huge thing, the reason why I wrote the book, self-reflection. I did a lot of, I thought I was Queen Bee. With Facebook
course.
likes, you get all this, everybody tells you how great you are. I thought I was good.
Yeah.
We went through counseling, and the counselor was like, honey, you got a lot of issues. And I had to do a whole lot. It was a hard pill to swallow. I wasn't great. I wasn't a great wife. I wasn't a great mom. And it was a lot of self-reflection, and I started to see myself, me treating him, very disrespectfully. And so that was a big part of it, and that's what I want women to see too. It's just a lot of self-reflection.
Right.
You're not great, you don't know everything. So, it's good to kind of have somebody else to kind of, bounce those ideas off. And also, don't do it for the kids.
Yeah, people fall into that trap.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, it's
Yep.
just a transactional relationship. We saw that. I saw that when I was younger. People stayed together for their kids, and it was horrible. Or money, they didn't want to lose the house, or they wanted the kids to, it seemed like they had a perfect relationship, union, and it was horrible. And they wind up divorcing when the kids left anyway. So we knew that we were not going to do it for our kids.
Yeah.
And just those tips I would tell people, just you want the love back, you want the relationship back, you do it for you, not the kids.
I'm curious, what was your husband's reaction when you told him you were going to write a book about all y'all business?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He's a very private person.
Like most husbands,
Yeah,
right?
He was like, I don't want to tell people what to do. I'm not in the business of, being holier than thou. We still have issues. We still argue. He just didn't want to do it. He just didn't want to be responsible if something didn't go right.
Yeah.
And just after praying and talking about it a lot, and even men asking him, like he had a lot of men asking him, and he was like, I don't want to talk about it. But I was like, this is your responsibility. We went through this for a reason.
Yes.
Right.
So you have to share your story.
Yeah.
So he finally relented and said, let's do this.
Well, April, we thank you so much. Continued success on everything, and I hope that everybody
so
goes
much,
out to get this book, especially prior to Valentine's Day. If you're on the cusp, make sure you get this book, How My Divorce Saved My Marriage, everywhere books are sold.
Make sure you keep up with us at